Hey everyone, we are live at 5. It is Thursday, September 6th, and we are at Broadway.com headquarters in Times Square. I'm Paul Wontora.
I'm Beth Stevens.
And over there, we have Caitlin Moynihan.
Hello.
And we have double trouble,
Yes.
double talent, amazing.
Sisters.
So excited.
Sisters.
Abby Mueller and Jessie Mueller are both here.
Two Broadway
We've been wanting to
leading
bring them
ladies.
together.
Yeah.
And it's happening. And they're both starring in Broadway shows right now. The Muellers of Chicago. They're legendary. We're going to talk to them, but first, today's top 5.
Yeah. It's officially going to be showtime on Broadway.
Nice one.
Oh,
Thank
good
you.
one,
Good
Caitlin.
one,
Good
good
one.
one.
So much.
Of course, we're talking about Beetlejuice. Do I have to say it 3 times? I'm just going to say it once. Beetlejuice.
No, just say it once.
Okay. Beetlejuice is coming to Broadway. We had a feeling, didn't we? It will play.
Well, we knew it was coming to Broadway. We just didn't know which
Where?
theater
It's
and
going
when
to
exactly.
the Winter Garden Theater in the spring. So exciting. Of course, School of Rock is there now. They're closing in January. We don't have exact dates yet, but it will preview in March and open in April just in time for you know what.
The Tony Awards.
Thank you.
Hey, Beth, who's in it? Good
Oh,
cast.
I love when you question me. Alex Brightman. We've already told you the cast, but we'll remind you. Alex Brightman, Sophia Ann Caruso, Carrie Butler, who just left Mean Girls for this, and Rob McClure, all our favorite people.
Leslie Kritzer.
Leslie Kritzer. See? All our favorite
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Directed by Alex Timbers. Something to watch in the spring, a new musical.
That's in D.C. first.
It's
so
in
we-
D.C.
we're
first.
gonna go.
Sorry, of course, yes, we're going to go.
We're going to go.
We're going to go. It's at the National Theater in D.C. from October 14th through November 18th.
An off-Broadway show has got extended, and it hasn't even started yet.
It's a big hit. It's a
big
big
hit.
hit.
I
The girl
can't
from the
wait.
North Country. You're a big Connor McPherson fan.
I am, and this has Bob Dylan music. So what's
is
not
that
to
so?
like?
Is that what it is? It's like a Connor
play
McPherson
with
play
music.
with Bob Dylan songs.
Yes.
Woven in. Like
Correct.
that Broadway musical.
Like that one, but a different story.
But different. This one is extended again. So it was supposed to run through November 4th. And what? It starts September. Oh, it starts next week, Beth.
I've
Are you
already
going to be
booked my.
there?
I've
Are you
booked
gonna
my
be there?
ticket.
Okay.
Yes.
It starts September 11th. It opens on October 1st. It's a big hit. Hey, Mark Kudish is in it.
Another Broadway
We
favorite.
know him. He's
Yes,
been
we
here.
do.
Mayor Whittingham, Stephen Bogardus, David Patu. What an amazing cast.
Yeah.
This is going to be good.
Now
Anyway,
you've decided
where
it's
is
good.
it? It's at the
It's at the
Atlantic.
Public.
The Public. It's at the Public.
Did you ask your phone where it is?
Sorry,
it's at the
my
Public Theater.
Siri started talking. I got too excited.
Yeah.
What else?
We love
It's
it.
live. We're live.
We're
Did you know that?
live.
Yeah.
Yes, great. And we found out who's going to be the best boss off-Broadway.
Okay. So there's a new thing that's happening
It's a
now.
thing.
It's a thing.
Parodies of TV shows off Broadway.
Right.
I'm
They
here
did
for it.
Friends.
Yes.
Now they're doing The Office. I didn't know that this
And
was
usually,
going to do that.
I feel like there's always 4 guys doing the Golden Girls somewhere too. That's always happening.
That's always around.
Always.
That's definitely, at least in someone's apartment. So, but here's a little twist. Sarah Mackenzie Barron will make her New York
Speaking of gender bending,
stage debut, thank you, as Michael Scott.
yeah.
I guess we
Here
all have
for
to look
it.
at camera like, huh?
Sure.
She's been in a lot of regional productions, Medea, The Taming of the Shrew, the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee. What do those things have in common? Not much. And
She was in them.
she was in them. She's joined by Michael Santora, Tom McGovern, Taylor Coriel, Katie Johansen, and if I said that wrong, I'm sorry, Katie, and Rebecca Mason Weigel. Performances begin at Off-Broadway's Theater Center on September 20th. How are they going to do this?
It's actually off Broadway's Theater Center.
Okay, I don't know.
Because I'm saying Snapple. It used to be the Snapple Theater Center.
Oh,
But then
okay.
the
Now I
Snapple,
know where you-
fell off the sign, so now it's just Theater Center. I like to leave a space.
I think we're all really buoyant today.
It's
'cause
above Dwayne Reed on 50th. It's that place.
the Mueller sisters are here and we're giddy. That's
We're
what's
so
happening.
excited.
That's what's happening.
Yes. And this is a week full of new new bakers hitting the diner.
Hey, you know who knows something about the role of Jenna in Waitress? Jessie Mueller.
Oh, she does?
Yeah.
How would
She
she know
got
that?
one of her Tony nominations for
okay.
originating that role. And the national tour is a big hit. And Desi Oakley has been playing the part, and she will finish on September 27th.
Yep.
And Christine Dwyer is taking over. She's an
Elphaba.
Elphaba, guys.
An Elphaba.
You all know the Elphabas.
Yeah.
She was Elphaba on Broadway and on the tour, and she just did the tour of Finding Neverland. That's right.
Okay.
So she will be the new Jenna in Waitress, and she's going to sing that beautiful Sarah Bareilles score. Congratulations.
Yay. And an acting icon is receiving a huge honor.
This is big. This is big. Cicely Tyson, who of course is a Tony winner, is receiving an honorary Oscar. This is a woman of the stage and screen.
Does she have an actual Oscar?
She does
Has
not. She was nominated in 1973 for Sounder, but she
Oh.
never actually won one. She, Honorary Oscar takes place on November 18th in Hollywood. Of course, she won a Tony for The Trip to Bountiful in 2013 and has been in loads of Broadway shows, most recently The Gin Game, I think. She's 93,
That's exciting.
and she's amazing. So congratulations, Miss Tyson.
She watches.
I know she does.
Love it.
Hey, Beth, let's make way for the Mueller sisters. Hey, Caitlin, why don't you tell us more about these lovely ladies?
Oh, willingly. Yes. Guys, today we have Jessie and Abby Mueller here with us. We are so excited because these are super, super talented sisters who are both starring on Broadway right now at the exact same time. It is beautiful. And so Jessie, she recently earned a Tony nomination for her current role as Julie Jordan in Carousel. And she has previously been on Broadway in On a Clear Day You Can See Forever, Nice Work If You Can Get It, The Mystery of Edwin Drood, Waitress, and Beautiful, which she won a Tony Award for. And that also is the reason why her sister also is now starring in that same role. How mind-blowing is that? Also, Abby, she was in Beautiful on tour, and she was Kinky Boots on Broadway. So basically, we just have so much talent here. It's insane. We're excited. Leave all your questions in the comments down below, and be sure to follow Carousel B-Way to stay up to date on everything that Jessie's doing, and follow Abby on ABC Mule with 2 L's, so you can know everything that these talented sisters are doing. Everyone, please welcome Paul, Jessie, and Abby.
Hi, ladies.
Yeah.
How you doing?
You are?
Yes. It's
Nice
good
to
to
meet you.
have you ladies here. How you
Thanks
doing?
for having us.
Good.
We
We're
brought our
hydrating.
beverages.
It's very hot.
I know,
Guys,
it's good to stay hydrated. Is that the secret to the Mueller singing?
Sure.
Yeah, sure, it helps.
Doesn't
coughing.
It helps.
Doesn't hurt.
So do you guys ever see each other, or is it just once just Christmas, or do?
Yeah, we
Sometimes
pick dates at the
Halloween.
beginning of the year, and then we
yeah, we got to stick to those. No, this is actually really fun because when we're in
we
the
don't see each other
yeah,
that
when
much.
we stay kind of busy sometimes in the Broadway.
That
Yeah.
that HO
So
week
this is
thing
Yeah, it's going well
She's
for the
a lot.
Muellers.
keeps you busy.
doing it.
Yeah, the Muellers of
Thrilled.
Chicago.
Thrilled to be working.
This is an acting dynasty. This is like right. It started
Is
with
that what we said?
Roger and Jill. Roger and Jill, yes, mom and dad. Don't look at me like that.
We know
You're
them.
an entire family of actors, right?
It's kind
Yes.
It's in the genes.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
It happened.
It's a thing.
Yeah, we don't know how it happened, but it's true.
Yeah. It just seemed
And-
sort of normal, I guess. That's what mom and dad did.
Who? Yeah. So it was obviously a rule when you were children. It was like you will act. Is that what happened, or did one of you
I mean, it's pretty much
jump
like
in
Sound of
first?
Music, wouldn't you say?
No, it actually wasn't. They were like, "Go ride your bike. You're not auditioning
No.
for that."
I didn't do
And
anything
so we
till,
really didn't. Yeah, we
like
sort
high
of
school.
started doing plays in high school. I think all 4 of us did.
Uh-huh.
But before that, they were like, "We don't want to drive you to auditions. That's
No.
too much work because it's a lot of work."
Yeah.
And my mom will fully admit that. She's like, "I didn't want to work that hard." So we did other stuff, and then we all sort of came to it later in life, I would say.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
So let's get the Carole King thing out of the way. So you guys, isn't it crazy you both know Carole King and she knows you? I mean, that's
It's
crazy.
crazy.
It's
I
It is
think
weird.
so.
Yeah, you think of all the people you thought you might meet in your life. She wasn't one of them.
It wouldn't have been like high on your list of the people that
Well,
you would
sure,
get
but
to
like
know.
you just don't. This is what I love about life. It's like stuff that is cooler than you even thought could happen.
Yeah,
happens.
you can't plan stuff like
Especially
that.
this whole, I mean, the whole beautiful
Yeah.
situation. I don't even know what to call it.
Well, let's talk
Yeah,
about this
it is.
situation. So, Jessie, you obviously opened in the show on Broadway, created the role. No one else had done it before you. You won a Tony Award.
Yes.
Congratulations. I thought you were going
Yes.
to bring it. I thought you'd bring it around with you, but.
Yeah, it's in my other bag.
Oh, okay. The other
The other purse.
And then you did the role you did a Broadway.com vlog, by the way. Thank you for that. We always like when people do
that's
Broadway.
right.
It's even more famous than Bustle Fluffer. Look it up.
Just all the hits.
But you did the role for a long time, for like
Yeah,
a
like
pretty good.
2.5 years maybe.
Yes!
all in.
Oh, my.
'Cause we did it in San Francisco too.
Right. You did
and
it
then,
before.
And then didn't
right.
you start the tour in San
Mhm.
Francisco?
No, I
Where did you
I,
first
I
see it?
Sorry.
did my part of the tour.
That's what it was. Yeah.
So, Abby, you were in Kinky Boots, right, around the same time?
Yes.
I saw you in School of Rock, didn't I?
Oh.
The before
yes,
Broadway,
yes.
right?
Yes.
Yep. And so you were sort of coming onto the Broadway scene, and did you think, I want to play that role too, or like, how did this happen? It was crazy.
No.
I mean,
I didn't. No, that's the truth.
Do you think I'll look really good in that wig too?
Absolutely not. I didn't. I saw
Your
her.
hair is a little bit more like hers than mine is.
it's
You've always
not.
had better
I
hair.
feel like mine's even straighter than yours. We both lose hair-wise. But anyway,
The wigs are really great.
the wigs are
though.
fantastic. No, the funniest story was that actually we were both working in San Francisco. So when she was doing the out-of-town
Yes,
tryout,
that's
I was
right.
doing a regional production of 1776.
Okay.
Literally next door.
Oh,
We were
wow.
staying in the same
We were staying in the
apartment
same
complex.
Oh,
apartment
how
complex.
cool.
Yeah.
And so I got to see her final dress, and I remember going to see it. And things changed a lot since that
Yeah.
final dress. And it was like
Absolutely.
different costumes, different song order. But I went with our friend Andrea, and I remember being just like, my jaw was on the floor, and I was like, holy
Yeah.
moly.
Yeah.
It's astonishing what she's done. And in my mind, it was like, no, but it's really true. It's like, well, that's it. That's it. And I honestly it never crossed my mind to be like, yeah, I'd like to do that too. It really didn't. That's the God's honest truth. So,
Yeah.
so it is remarkable that later, an audition came up, and I swore at my agent. I thought he was joking. I was like, no, what? Just silly. And it was actually our dad that was like, honey, why don't you read those sides, see if there's something in there that you can relate to.
You can connect with, and
you
like-
connect with something to say, and then it's an audition. I was like, and so I ended up ultimately going, and I'm really glad I did, because this has been such an unexpected, huge blessing in my life, but certainly one that neither of us expected.
No.
Yeah.
So it is wacky.
And
Yeah.
it's a privilege, because you didn't. I mean, that's the amazing thing about new shows. You never know what's going to happen with something or with a piece you work on. But like the fact that, and I'm sure you've had people say this to you too. Like people have written to me and be like, I want to play Carole someday. You know what I mean? Like that
Right.
that you get an opportunity to put something out in the world that people can connect to. It's
Yeah.
a huge blessing.
Huge. And people just love this music so much.
Yeah.
And,
And they love her, and if
Yeah.
you met her, Did you ever get to meet
very
her?
briefly.
even in a brief meeting, you're like, oh, I get it. She's just,
I think she's
like a ball
an
of light.
agent of healing.
yeah, she is.
I remember it was
Music-
interesting when the show first started. She was kind of avoiding seeing it. Remember,
yeah,
she was
yeah,
kind of like
totally.
nervous to watch it. And
Yeah.
Maybe?
yeah,
'Cause she's like
yeah.
I totally get it.
Yeah,
It's like
a
her
human
whole-
being. And she's like, I don't know if I want my life
Whole
exposed,
heart
but
spilled out on a stage, but
yeah.
now certainly, it's apparent to me that the story has touched so many people, the music has touched so many people,
Yeah.
and so hopefully she's.
And you're
happy.
back in the
I'm
wig.
back in the
Back
On
in the Broadway.
Back in the wig.
Back
So
in
you
the
did
wig.
you did the tour, then you did on Broadway,
Yeah.
and you've been have you performed it? How many performances? Who's done it more?
Oh gosh, I haven't been counting. I'm pretty sure she still wins.
I want official numbers.
I mean,
I don't remember how many I did.
Lord, I haven't been
Well,
keeping track.
back when I started it, I don't know.
It's probably, I don't know. It'll be almost about 2 years by the time I'm done, but
I was just thinking about that. I was like, actually, I feel
Right.
like maybe we've had about the same amount of
I
time.
should
with
start a
it.
checklist.
Do you do a little tick mark?
No,
We
I
started that
don't.
finally at Carousel. We started the tick marks on the flat, behind the flat of like how many shows we've
that's
done.
smart.
And then we had the
Done that.
60 previews or whatever we did. On
Uh-huh.
that. Yeah.
Nice.
You were on TV last week. I saw you sing.
Yes.
What was that? America's Got Talent. Right?
And
that was
you,
amazing.
And you did have talent.
Congratulations, you did have talent. Look at
People
that.
were joking. They were like, "Gosh, hope you guys get through." And we're like,
Guys, we're not.
I don't.
Um,
No, we're not.
we're not
competing." I was like,
contestants,
I
you
hope
see.
we have a little bit of talent. I mean, I hope we have
You're like, I didn't think it was in question.
Gosh, we're already performing across the country or on Broadway. So
I saw those judges
let's
jump
hope.
up.
It was so fun. It would be so fun. It was it was really kind of like a last minute.
It's like a bigger
whole
deal, yeah.
thing, but it was so fun. Everybody pulled together.
Yeah.
Crew,
Amazing.
Because
costumes,
I just saw your stage
hair,
manager.
everyone
I just saw Stacey, and she was like, "That was a
Oh,
whirlwind
Stace was
weekend."
so fun. She was amazing.
And it looked amazing. She said a lot of that was like projections and stuff
yeah, they had these.
it was
they
like-
can do anything on TV.
on the television.
They would give us an LED screen and
We'll give
and
you
a dream,
magic.
and it was super fun. Yeah, it was really fun.
But you guys were great.
So,
Thanks,
It
um,
looked amazing.
and that carousel, that beautiful carousel, it's in its final week.
Carousel week, guys, you gotta come
At the
see it.
Imperial Theater, I
got
implore.
this
I've done this
weekend
many
and one more
times.
week.
I want everyone to go see Carousel, even
Thank
if
you.
Best
you
to
kids
see
who've
it.
never seen it. You just know it's like a classic. You're
Get
like a
into
little
the
afraid of
classics.
it.
You gotta
Go
check
see
it
it.
out.
I
I,
mean,
almost
it's-
shamelessly wore like all my Carousel merchandise just to subtly hint.
Merch? Do you wear a lot
Just
of merch?
like a hat and a.
Isn't
I
there
think I have a
I think there's a
cozy.
June is busting out all over V-neck.
That I don't have.
I don't know. I don't know. There's
Don't
a
have
lot of
it.
merch.
They have like a stick horse.
That
They
you
should
can
have
like
made
you
it-
could ride the carousel
Yeah.
yourself. I've been working on that. I don't think they sell that. You should work in merch.
Next time.
Next
Did you get
I'll
to
tell
see
her.
Carousel?
I did. I got to
Yeah.
go to opening night.
You were
Yes.
opening night, yeah.
It was beautiful. She's stunning.
Do
Go
you-
see it.
I want to hear, do you guys have favorite, I know people ask this all the time, but favorite performances of each other? You've seen each other do, you've been in shows together. What have you done together? And how much do I need to get you to do a sideshow revival? I want the Muellers in sideshow.
Well,
think I can
that's
sing
how
that.
it works, Paul. Is we decide. We just want to do it.
Well, if I have a certain amount of money, maybe.
You sign up for one of those shows on Broadway.
Do you sing sideshow like around the fireplace on Christmas?
Oh,
Or?
that's
No.
really hard.
My mom doesn't really like belting.
There was a lot of girls. It's very pretty. Can you
She's
keep
like,
it down in our
it's
house?
pretty. Just
Could
use
you
your pretty
just-
voices.
What are you doing,
I'm
like that
shedding.
Shenandoah song
I
together?
know.
Oh,
We did
We did
Shenandoah.
I know you
Shenandoah
did.
together.
I did my research. What else did you guys do together?
Guys and Dolls.
Oh right.
Oh,
I was
Little
thinking
Women?
No, we didn't do Little
No,
Women.
we-
I auditioned for Little Women, and I
I
didn't get the part of her
auditioned-
sister.
And I auditioned for Meet Me in St. Louis, and
didn't get
it
it.
was at the same time. We were doing those shows at the same time.
And didn't we
Also,
also?
and we auditioned to be each other's sisters, and neither of us.
Neither of us.
They were like, this is not believable.
And
There's no way you guys look like sisters. This is
Wait, wasn't there
ridiculous.
also an instance where we both auditioned to be our father's daughter in a show,
Correct.
and neither of us got it? We thought that was funny. Like,
That's
so
the
you know,
best.
if a
Correct.
role is meant to be a role, it will be a role. It's not.
But that's why it's true. You can't miss your show, and boy, if it's not yours,
It ain't
you
yours.
sure can miss it. That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Maybe there should be like a Mueller Christmas jamboree on Broadway, like
You're
the whole
thinking
family.
like-
Just get the whole family
Like
together.
Mighty Wind, Hootenanny kind of that.
yeah, like book the Imperial.
I was just
like get
listening to
everyone,
that the
everyone
other
up
day.
there.
I mean,
I would go.
I'm down. I think I have to do a few shows of Beautiful first, but
Yeah,
Right.
you've got a few
Right.
things on your
maybe
plate.
like a New Year's hootenanny.
Maybe like a day off.
Yeah,
Like a
people
Monday
love
night
a
thing.
Monday night.
People
Do
love a Monday
night
night
show.
Sure, a holiday
Yeah.
festival.
Let's work
of-
on that.
Festival of holidays.
Festival of Lights.
of the of any lights and holidays. We could
Any
cover
lights.
a lot of.
We could just do Secretary's Day. I mean, there's all kinds of
Yeah,
holidays we could really hit.
It's true.
We'll work on this.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
maybe
gonna
if we
work.
have
Okay, I'm
some
gonna
time.
work on the logo.
Secretary's Day, we have
I'm gonna do the
more
logo
time.
design.
We need a
I
good-
love a good logo design.
You need a good logo
Social
design.
media.
It's big.
So how you feel?
My water
Carousel,
is-
the carousel is
Thirsty.
winding down. How are
It's
you
getting-
feeling?
right,
This is a
it's-
very emotional performance. Oh, I don't know how you do that every night. I mean, it's so gut wrenching.
Good
You made me
people, that's
cry.
how you- oh, thanks.
You made me cry.
I mean,
That's
it's
sad.
bittersweet, but it's. I'm so pleased and grateful that we've had the time we have
Yeah.
had, and that people have gotten to see this beautiful show. I've met a lot of people who have never seen the show before. They
Yeah.
didn't know the show that now are exposed to
Yeah.
it. People that have listened to the album, that are just grateful to hear the music again. So I'm so proud of it, and I'm just proud of our group, and so grateful that we had the group we did.
Yeah, the
and,
amazing
and that Jack
cast.
O'Brien
Such a
and
great group.
you know they got all the right people together, and that's
Mhm.
it's always nice when that happens.
Yeah, that's like.
It's half the fun of it.
That's
You know
the
what I mean? The
alchemy
people
right
you
there.
come to work with every day.
What is the backstage family like at Beautiful? Because when a show's been
Fantastic.
running that long, you know, it really does become like a and
That's
you
a good
you come
building
in and
over
out
there.
of
It's
the
a good
family,
building.
Yeah.
so it's sort of like you show up and you know like most of the people and
Yeah, it's a wonderful, wonderful environment over there. They really have welcomed me so warmly, which I really appreciate. And it's a good vibe over there. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
what's
You're
different?
grateful for.
And a nice new building.
Yeah.
There's lots of bathrooms.
Bathrooms. It's a little
It is very
thing.
modern.
It is.
Little
You know, these
things.
things matter.
What's different about you guys? I mean, sure, people. I mean, you seem like very different people to me. But how would you
What's
describe
different?
like?
Well-
Are you like on the same? Should you be up for the same roles, or you have different types? I'm gonna figure this out.
Is that for us to decide?
I don't know, like-
I'm gonna say
How would
that
you?
we're but I don't.
How would you
I can't
describe-
like, convince anyone. But we are very different.
I think so.
What I always say with that question is that like we had concurrent careers in Chicago before we even came to New York, and honestly, that State Fair story, that was the only time we ever got called in for the
That's
same
true,
show.
the same role-
was to play
one
the
time
daughter
in the
of
same
my
role.
father, and
didn't
but
didn't
other
book
than
it.
that, like we never even got called in for the same thing, which I
No.
think just speaks to the fact, and it's a slight, I mean, it's a smaller market, but
Right.
we are very different. Obviously, we share some
Different hair colors.
different
We both love
yeah.
soup.
we love soup. We have different phone numbers.
We
Uh-huh.
do.
We have different addresses.
Um,
I
No, but
guess
that's-
that's it.
I don't know, cause like I feel like when you were asking the question, maybe we didn't even answer it, but I'm always amazed when I'm blessed that all my family is very talented, and you know I get to see my siblings and stuff. But like I got to see her in Beautiful, and I
Yeah.
didn't know what to expect because I was like, I sort of know this, and I don't. And it had been a while.
Sort of.
But it was like no, but even at that point it had been a while. But getting to see you do it, I'm like, well, of course. I'm like, of course it's the same role or something. Thank God I never had to watch myself do it, but it is so different and so unique because it's you, and you bring the parts of you to the role that I could never.
Yeah.
Because all you can do is
But
bring
all you
yourself.
can do is kind of bring yourself and,
Mhm.
and bring what you bring.
All
so
you should do is bring yourself, really.
yeah, kind
Just
of.
trying to bring somebody else.
It's harder.
It's a lot harder.
So what I wanted to ask is, what are your favorite performances of each other? Because that's
Right,
I'm sure
right, right.
everyone always asks you. What is it?
No, I affirmed that was the question. I said
That's the
I went.
question.
What I said was right. If you missed that,
My favorite? Well, obviously
I think-
Beautiful.
That's your favorite Jessie performance?
Yeah, but
I think maybe Brigadoon for you.
but also then when I saw Drood, which is like I'd never seen Drood at all.
Oh,
at all.
Like that was so it's hard to pick just one.
Yeah.
But
I've
again,
been
like I'm not just like I was blown away by you in Beautiful, and just like how unique it was and how
Likewise.
different it was, and how dare I say, beautiful it
Oh,
was.
oh.
That's so sweet.
It's true
Well,
though.
Thanks.
And it's fun when you know people and then you get. I mean, I even like that about going to see Friends shows, and when somebody surprises you and you
Yeah.
see somebody do something that I don't know, maybe you didn't think they could do, that you've never seen before.
Yeah, that's the thing is like I know it's like you get to know people's.
Yeah.
I
Or
don't
when
wanna
you
say
get lost
shtick, or
in
like
it.
your
Yeah.
bag, a trick, and that was when I saw her. I was like,
Yeah, when
who
you
dat?
when you get to go
Who dat?
see a show
Yeah,
of
yeah.
people you know and you're like, I'm just watching the show. I'm not watching my friend. I'm
Yeah.
watching the story.
Mhm.
I'm watching the character. That's the
So-
best.
Yes, it is the best.
Yes.
Hey, Caitlin,
Yes.
are there any questions from the online fans
There are
watching?
so many questions.
Oh, dear.
Sure.
So many questions. Okay, I'm trying to find. Let's do a good. They're all good questions. But okay, do you guys have any like of similar routines when you go and start a show, like pre-show rituals? Do you guys have similarities?
idea what you do.
ones?
Yeah, it's a secret. They don't talk to each other about their rituals.
We can't.
I'm just kidding.
What do you do?
I don't know if we have any the same because we hopefully
Warm up. No, I really feel. I don't know what your thing. Like
don't warm
I
up,
feel
Adam?
like I do.
sometimes I try
You
to.
just show up and
No,
that voice
I
comes
try
out
to-
of
She's like,
You used to.
I do something
my
different.
younger
I feel like
days.
every day.
Yeah, I try to just have enough time to get myself together. And I do yoga and stuff like earlier in the day. I try to have like a morning routine when I wake up, so to try to get
Get myself right.
myself get right.
Get right with myself.
Get my head right. Other than that, we probably put our costumes
I was-
on.
what do they want? They'd be like, we FaceTime each other. Like, what do they want to hear? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, yeah.
Bumblebee. But
Bumblebee.
we
I do a lot of meowing. Meow, 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 meow. Do you ever meow?
You do?
Sure. Meowing.
I
It's
have
it's
never-
a hum. It's a hum,
You really
but
do?
absolutely. You never do that? Like meow. Not like meowing like a cat, but just yeah. You should try it. A tip from me to you.
Okay.
Actually, one thing that I'd never done.
Question. Now I know.
One thing I'd never done before, this Lindsay sometimes FaceTimes me. Actually, while we're getting ready, if we haven't had a chance to check in, because she's like four floors above me, and I'd never,
right.
and it's hilarious. And or she'll FaceTime me sometimes during the show, like when we're in costume, and that's really funny. I took a
think our
screenshot once just because I thought it was.
I don't
back in
have
the-
time to FaceTime anyone during the show.
You
so-
don't. You're on show. You're on stage the whole time.
Yeah. Plus, I don't think this Wi-Fi is that good.
Because you're in the basement.
The real issue.
Because you're in the basement.
I gotta try meowing. I'm glad you
Hey,
brought that up.
I'm just
love
really
that.
Is that
glad I
an
could.
opera thing?
Yeah.
Did Renee
yes,
Fleming
Renee
teach
Fleming. Renee Fleming told me that.
What else you got?
I love that. Tasha asked, "What would your advice be to sisters working closely in theater together?"
Oh. Well, okay. This is a good question. Is there a competitiveness? Are you healthy? I mean, how do you deal with? I mean,
Are you
It
healthy?
just feels like.
Are
Are you healthy in your opinion of each other? I don't know. It's
not like
hard,
we
you
can
know.
say
you can-
no.
It's good to give
But-
each other a lot of notes. I
Yeah,
find
like
that
any actor, it's good to
Just-
give, but
just-
especially your sister.
especially
no,
your sister,
kidding.
give your notes.
I would say, what advice would we have? I would say it would be the same advice I would give anybody, which is be yourself, be yourself, be
Mhm.
yourself.
Yes,
Everyone else is already taken.
exactly. You
And
cultivate
that,
what
yeah, it
you
doesn't
are
matter.
and what you
yeah,
do.
that's a tough one to learn though because you're always like, oh, I gotta be this or I gotta be that or I want to be like so and so, or which is great to have like you know,
A model or
models
something.
or idols and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you can only be the best. You're going to be cast as yourself. You know, you're the only thing that you can bring to it. So the more that you
I think just siblings in general.
Believe
Sometimes
in
you grow
that.
up and that's
Yeah.
hard because you're always comparing
Yeah.
yourself to the people you
Of
know and love
course.
and are close to. So
Yeah.
that's part of growing up is trying to cultivate who you are,
whether
and
it's a
what you
sibling
do.
or a cousin or you know, I don't know,
Yeah, anybody you're
Audra
sort of
McDonald,
watching,
like you,
or
yeah,
Audra
you wanna
McDonald.
be-
Who doesn't want to be
who
her?
doesn't?
Right.
But
I love that.
you
I knew
still
you were gonna
gotta
bring up
Still want to
Audra
be a Nika
McDonald.
Larson.
You're obsessed.
Grow up.
You have to bring
You're
up Audra
obsessed.
McDonald at all times.
I love it.
love
Ooh, I really like this question.
Uh-oh.
Brianna asks, what is something both the characters you're currently playing have taught you?
Ooh.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, woof.
Lord.
Let's start with Julie Jordan.
Say what you mean and say what you feel.
Mm.
Don't be afraid of using the right word.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Preach. And I would say yes. I would say is a similar
Similarities,
thing.
wouldn't you?
Use your voice.
Mm-hmm.
Use your voice. Don't be afraid to use your voice, and your voice is enough, just the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would say.
So can these strong women, and Julie Jordan is not always thought of as a strong female character. That was an interesting thing that this production sort of navigated, right?
Yeah, I think a lot of people's takeaway is she gets labels like victim, but I just never saw her that way.
Right. But these characters, do these characters really inform you? And can you, when you're living these lives every night, going on stage, I don't know how actors do that every night. And I always wonder about sort of the cumulative power of that when you actually live those lives every night for a period of time. Can it actually have effect on your life? It's a deep question.
Well, I was just thinking
Deep
about
for
this.
Live at 5, but I'm going there.
I certainly think so. I cannot. I certainly feel like playing Carole has had a huge influence on my life and my growth, and it's been cool because I've gotten to do it at different points in my
In your
life,
life,
and
right.
watch like the progression. And absolutely, I'm always trying to learn something new every night, and be like, just like, okay, let some of this sink in. And so, I mean, not to. I hope I'm growing, but I definitely think that it's integrated. It can be integrated in your life in hopefully a healthy way.
Yeah.
And even something that can be so, sad and complicated, like a story of Carousel.
Right.
Well,
Well, it's like you said, you bring you to the part. Or
Yeah.
I believe in that too. And then I think there is sort of a takeaway as well. Like I've always feel like I've learned something from the characters I played. It's interesting you mentioned, sort of the time of your life you do something and how that affects it. Like I've actually I've had connections with the show Carousel at very different points in my life.
Oh, right.
And gotten to play different parts in it, and I feel like I never could have played Julie until now, and if I got the chance to play Julie again in 5 years, I feel like it would be very different. But yeah, and you have to take care of yourself too, because and I feel like I'm still learning how to do that, because you were talking about like an emotional show, or we know we're acting, we know we're pretending for a living, but it's exhausting in your brain and your body, and your heart
body
takes it
doesn't
on,
know that
especially your body. Your body sometimes doesn't know the difference. And those nights when you're like, is this thing on? Like your technique takes over, and sometimes you have to create the physical manifestation to create the moment. So you have to take care of your being.
Yep. And your life off
Your
stage
being.
too, so you can.
Yes.
Yeah, so you can go there and you can have.
And then you can like leave it.
You can go to a nice clam bake 8 times a week.
That's the hardest scene. But I think, yeah.
You can
and
get divorced, and you can go to a clam bake. I didn't want to spoil what
and
happens.
when
in
I
the show.
land those laughs in the death scene, no.
And then you can get all your laughs.
all
You
of
know,
Julie's laughs.
Fun
Julie's
fact, your Carrie Pipperidge is on Amazon Prime. Did you know that? I
The
just watched
Lincoln Center thing?
that Carousel is on Amazon Prime. Yeah,
that
the
was so
concert.
much fun.
Yeah, it's just a
So
fun
good.
fact. I'm saying you can see both, and you can compare. It's interesting. Anyway, any final questions? All right, we've already run over. I'm sorry. I could just sit here and talk to you guys for hours. Thank you so much for coming.
I was like, it's nice to see you.
Bye.
You guys should
show.
really try to keep in touch. Everyone, go see Abby in Beautiful, the Carole King musical, through the end of the year.
Colon.
Right? And you have to. And Jessie Mueller is
Like
playing.
underscore.
is in Carousel at the Imperial Theater through Sunday the 16th.
Yes,
I'm going
get your
back.
ticket.
You
because
gotta come to the
I
Clan Bake.
have
You
to
gotta
see
come. It's
Carousel. I
real
love
nice.
Carousel. And the
What if-
album is amazing. And anyway,
Thank
you so much,
Thanks for
ladies.
having us.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Cheers. Nice
You
to meet
didn't
you.
have a bed.
Hey, Caitlin, why don't you take us out?
Sure. And thank you guys so much for tuning into our very special Live at 5 today. We are live at 5 every single day on Facebook. You can relive this awesome occasion in a podcast form by searching for hashtag Live at 5 and hitting that subscribe button. Be sure to tune in tomorrow. We talk to Danny Quadrino of the Charlie and Chocolate Factory National Tour.